In this world, angels live among us. Many great invincible beings of immeasurable power, a bridge between us and the gods. These creatures are not as you might imagine them. While some are human-like in their appearance, most are alien. A sitting mountain, a giant boar, a hovering sphere. Each of the angels provides a powerful boon to the surrounding area and its inhabitants. They do not speak to us. They do not move. We built our world around them. They shaped our cultures. We rely on them. Until something dark came along. Now, one by one, the angels have been slain. The people of the lands around them slaughtered. A wave of death is spreading across our world. Only a few places remain as a final bastion of life. Only a few against an endless horde of oblivion. And within these few, a single band of unlikely heroes, bound by forces beyond their understanding. In this world, there is only a single word that describes their soul-bound connection.
Okay. There was two things that went wrong with the the intro there, and I don't know why. One of them was that the audio didn't kick in. Hi. Let's start again. The party are in the Wendigo Peaks in the Bloodvein Pass, which is an area that is inhabited by dwarven-like creatures known as the Darrow. And you are in a forge, an ancient forge that was once used to create incredibly powerful artifacts from the ore that was in the that is in the mountain and the river of blood that serves as the angel of this part of the world that flows underneath the mountain. Last week, you worked together to try and create some artifacts in this forge. You were successful. There was a bunch of sort of a skill challenge to beat, in which you had to get a significant amount of successes or fails, or depending on the amount of successes or failures that you got, depended on sort of what you were able to create, what came out of it, and how effective that thing would be. You got 6 successes and 3 fails, which works out as a partial success. There were 4 options: all successes, partial successes, mostly fails, and all fails. So you got partial successes, and you created 5 sets of bangles. However, just as you were sort of finishing up with the creation of these bangles, the sort of arcane approach and the noise and the process here drew some of this sort of blood in the area. This place is, there's a lot of blood magic or hemomancy going on here, both from the Darrow that use the blood magic, as well as the river of blood itself, and even while you're here and interfacing with magic and using the natural blood magic of the area to create these things, you ended up sort of aggroing some oozes which attacked you all. You did pretty well. They were pretty violent and pretty dangerous for a little while, and then with a flash of genius, not the literal flash of genius, which is a mechanical thing in the game, but the flash of genius from Gildan, to cast a spell over everybody of walking on liquid, or whatever that spell is called. I think it's just called walk on water, but it works.
Water walk.
Water walk. you were able to defeat the users. At the end of it, I think, was where we ended the session. And that's also where we pick up. I think you also have Bibble with you, who's looking a little exhausted after, you know, I think you get the sense that he's not used to fighting as hard as he has been while in your company, especially against these kinds of creatures. And he sort of rests on his staff as the bangles behind you cool the metal and the metallurgy of creating them cooling. What do you guys do? You have the chance here to well, do whatever you want. What do you want to do?
Point of order. I am still a giant ball.
Oh,
And
that's
Frank
right. That's
yeah.
right. Yes, I knew there was something. During that combat, you transformed into a boar, a giant boar, for the first time, and it completely freaked out Thrak. For reasons that we now understand, because we've seen some of Thrak's backstory here.
Yeah, it's just an orc thing, really. So I also, I think I put like blood on my face. I put like a blood symbol on my face and went completely insane, right? Yep. Okay.
I think that's what happened, yep.
Yeah, this thing died right in front of me, didn't it?
Yeah, you can sort of position yourselves however you want, but I think everyone was very close to it and it exploded, so everyone was kind of affected by the final death throw of this thing.
Was it made of blood, or what was it? Was it slime?
Yes, it is made of blood, the blood of Vol, which is the blood river.
Right. Okay. So, actually, drenched in blood. I think Thrak is just sort of, you know, catching his breath and just sort of silently stood looking out, not saying a word.
Okay. I think at this moment Seer would be watching to see what's going to happen next. The orc is going crazy. And blood is moving and attacking people. So I take a step back, ignore them in a way, and keep looking to the periphery just in case any more of these creatures show up. Because now I'm aware of blood, but also I'm aware of the creature from before as well, the Wendigo.
Okay, noted.
Can I roll an insight on Thrak?
Yeah, I don't see why not. Go for it. I will let
9.
a 9. I think I'll just let Orcish. You can determine what you think.
What are you trying to do?
I guess I'm trying to like notice if you're losing your mind. How bad is it being lost?
Well, I mean, he's not hiding anything. He just looks. He looks like exactly how you'd imagine an orc would look after a battle. Like, he's just covered in blood. He's got, his staff in one hand, and it's dripping blood. Blood's dripping off his face, and he's just like breathing heavy, just sort of catching his breath.
Okay.
Growls coming. Like, I mean, he doesn't seem himself. Like, I think normally he would be like looking through a spell book or.
Yeah. Okay. Thrak, are you all right? Everyone all right?
I'm fine,
shake
but
off.
he's clearly lost it.
I shake off in ball form, shake all the blood off, And return to Children form. Not noticing.
Yeah, I imagine that you're actually behind Thrak, so I don't think he notices that either. He's just kind of looking out over the
Okay.
Hey, I'm
bridge or
alright.
something.
Don't worry about me. You hear from Bibble.
Yeah, right. Does anyone need
I
healing?
wasn't worrying. I wanted to ask. I just feel top, actually. That was a wonderful experience. Yeah. I think I'm going to be tasting that for some time, though.
Oh, right. All right. Seer,
Hmm.
do you need any healing?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. I cast Healing Word on you. It's for 7.
Okay. I heal for that much. What does your healing look like to me?
So all of my magic is this sort of pure white, kind of ice-like. So you think about like not full dry ice or anything, but it's kind of got that smoky, foggy feel to it. So it's a mix of that pure white. And when I heal,
Does it
it
feel
just kind of
cold?
like... No, it doesn't feel cold. It feels very warm.
Okay.
So it's a bit strange because it probably looks like it would feel cold, but it feels very warm and very nice.
I see.
Yeah. So I would probably just put my hand on your arm or wherever the wounds were and kind of just heal them one at a time. And the light would pool in the areas that need healing and then just kind of like float through you until they dissipate.
You have my thanks. I say as patches of digested skin from the blood ooze where I was, I was in there for a bit, right? DM. So, where, it had
Yeah, I
eaten
think
me.
you were in there for a round or two,
Yeah.
but it definitely would have. Yeah, I mean, it was literally burning you with acidic,
Yeah.
digestive sort of something that oozes do.
Thank you. I
of
say, then I
course.
turn around.
Jilden, do you need any?
No, this is a fiddle, as always. Don't worry about me. How are your bracelets doing, anyway? So glad I could help you to make those.
Oh. Yeah, I think you hear like a thwack thwack as Thrak like slaps his staff a couple of times against the hewn stone of the platform that we're all standing on, and then he sort of sits down on like a step and he starts wiping the blood off of his staff.
Oh, you got over here quickly. Surprising. Not the sort of person to be close when danger's near. Usually, at least.
He just grunts at you, just keeps working.
Yeah.
Trying to just clean himself off the rag pretty fruitlessly. I'd add. There's blood everywhere.
I recall us being sort of at odds for the most part this whole time anyway, so I would just turn away and shamble over to where the bracelets are and kind of look at them.
I'd come over to you, Thrak, and put a hand on your arm and say, do you need healing?
No, I'll be fine. And I think I just sort of stand up and I'm like, I'm doing the things that you do in a situation where you're maybe, I think I look a bit embarrassed and I'm like looking through my spell book. The things you do, yeah, if you were caught seen doing something like you're not supposed to, and then you're trying to cover it up, maybe? Just walking around, looking through my spell book, stuff like that.
Okay. I would, if it's possible, a rest would be in order for me. I don't know about you. If we
Oh,
can.
we just had a rest. Didn't we just rest, like...
You did do a long rest, yes.
How long did it take us to make the bangles?
Good point. Actually, it has been some time. I have stats somewhere. I did have an answer. I think bangles was a couple of hours times 5. So let's go with 10 hours. 10 hours
Okay.
ago, you finished your long rest. So 10 hours ago was when the sheltering bowl broke apart.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I should let you all know that I don't have many spells left in me.
What does that mean?
It means that I don't have as.
And she's tired.
She might be tired, but what does that mean? Can your god not reach us down here when you're tired?
When I'm tired, I'm not a fit vessel. The vessel must be prepared for such things.
Interesting. Just curious is all.
Well,
Feels like it's a bit of a mistake to run yourself too ragged anyway, on account of the fact you don't ever feel good about resting. Does that mean every time you feel awful, you just feel more and more awful, and it just stacks and stacks till you never know what it feels to feel good again?
What is
Would
water
you
relief for you
stop
now?
for a
Is it-
moment.
Stop what? Making sense?
Making it worse for her.
She made
making
her own
what
choices.
worse?
And you don't have to bring it up all the time.
Well, now all the time is a little bit over-exaggerating, isn't it? I think I maybe mentioned it once or twice.
I can bear it. Not to worry.
So, do you level out now? Is it a new normal for you, or do you just keep going more and more and more pent up? How does it work for you, I wonder?
How does it work for you to feel no
Mm.
fear?
Well, I mean, I feel no fear. There is nothing to fear. For yourself, you
Makes
feel
no
no
fear.
relief, right?
That's correct. I feel no relief.
So when things get too tough for you, when the strain builds up, is there how can there be relief in that case?
It's just a matter
you
of
just
what you
keep-
can endure.
I see. And so you keep mounting this stress, this strain, like a branch being twisted. There is no give ever.
One can be a strong branch.
Ooh. Noted.
What are your methods of endurance? Does your prayer help with that?
Yes. It feels good to wield my body in a way that is controlled. It feels good to control my mind against discomfort. Really, you can endure anything. It's just a matter of... It's a matter of will.
Does it ever feel hopeless?
Well, I think because Thrak stopped me, nothing will ever feel completely hopeless. I think that, there is hope in enduring as well.
Huh. Yeah.
Well, better you than me. Anyway, are we done here or what? Did you make the things, the trinkets, or what? I looked at the to Thrag.
Yeah, I'm already over looking at them. I walked away from this.
Okay. Yeah, all right. You've got 4 that look the same and 1 that looks different. You have created 5 bangles. Give me an investigation check with advantage.
Natural 27.
All right, you know everything you need to know about these. The first one are the basic bangles, and they are exactly the bangles that we said they would be, the Final Fantasy VII looking ones. And what they do is the bangle of Vol pierces the user's skin. When activating the ability, the bangle drains the user of a portion of their blood. While wearing this magical silver bangle, you may activate it at any time and immediately gain an additional action. The user immediately suffers a level of exhaustion. To be clear, you can just go, I would like 6 additional actions, please. Do those, and then drop immediately to 0 HP and suffer all of the 6 levels of exhaustion.
I want it.
You have 4 of those.
Might die.
You can become my guy.
Weaponized competence. Yes.
The 5th bangle is slightly different. It has the shard, the sort of shark tooth triangular shard in it. This is the angelic bangle of Vol. Now this has the exact same thing. You pierces your skin. When you activate it, it drains a portion of your blood. You have the same thing, gaining an action for a level of exhaustion. However, additionally, once per long rest, the user has the ability to cast the Feeble Mind and Final Hour spells. That's an 8th level and a 9th level spell, using their own spellcasting modifier. Any creature targeted by the spell must make its saving throw with disadvantage. When casting one of these spells, the wearer of the angelic bangle of Vol immediately suffers 4 levels of exhaustion. If the wearer is of 11th level or higher, the bangle only causes 2 levels of exhaustion to cast the spells, and if the wearer is of 15th level or higher, the bangle no longer causes exhaustion to the wearer, including the actions thing. If you get to 15th level and you're wearing this, you basically have 6 actions per turn.
We're never getting
Is that
there.
a nice way of saying you're never getting to 15th
The
level?
wearer is dying.
I promise I'm trying. I promise I'm trying to get you to level 50.
Yeah.
If you make it to
that's how
level
we
15, you automatically win the campaign.
become gods. You can do 6 things at once. Like,
It's pretty crazy.
Okay.
Let me read the spells that you get as well. So, Feeble Mind is an 8th level enchantment, range of 150 feet, cost an action. You blast the mind of a creature that you can see within range, attempting to shatter its intellect and personality. The target takes 4d6 psychic damage and must make an intelligence saving throw. Again, this is with disadvantage if you're wearing that. On a failed save, the creature's intelligence and charisma score becomes 1. The creature can't cast spells, activate magic items, and understand language, or communicate in any intelligible way. The creature can, however, identify its friends, follow them, and even protect them. At the end of every 30 days, the creature can repeat its saving throw against this spell. If it succeeds on its saving throw, the spell ends. So this is basically transform person into dog person.
And if you cast that and you're under level 11, you take 5 levels of exhaustion?
4, I think.
If you cast that
4
under level
levels,
11, yeah,
okay.
you immediately take 4 levels of exhaustion.
Let's see. Is it worth it to just cast it on Sia right now.
What's the final hour spell?
Well, first of all, yes. Sia, please make me an intelligence saving throw. And the final hour spell
9.
is a 9th level spell, 1 action. And this is you attack the essence of a creature you can see, attempting to sever the bonds that tie it to existence. The creature must make a wisdom saving throw, again with disadvantage if you're the one wearing the bangle, taking 12d10 psychic damage on a failed save or half as much on a successful one. A creature that fails this save gains a level of exhaustion immediately, and again every 10 minutes for the next hour. A creature that gains a level of exhaustion this way can repeat the saving throw to end this effect. On a success, the effect ends, but all accumulated levels of exhaustion remain. A creature killed by this spell ceases to exist and cannot be resurrected by any means short of a wish spell.
Ooh. Ooh.
Wow.
Yeah, and I'll link you both of these spells in our thing.
So we can just cast that on death, yeah?
That's what you
Win
wanted
the
to do,
game.
right? That was your plan.
Yeah.
How does one remove levels of exhaustion again
Resting.
besides long resting? That's it. Yeah.
I
Okay.
think it's long rest.
Or
Yeah.
wishing it away, maybe.
There
I
might be
wonder
other
if I
ways.
have any spells that are like you get the effects of a long rest. Because then that would be OP. Be like Thrak, use the spell, and then I just tap you, and then you're awake again.
Oh, well,
Yeah, so Thrak is he's studying all of these bangles in his hands, and he's doing little incantations under his breath to try and figure out exactly what they do, and he stops. And his jaw drops a little, and he looks up at everyone and says, This one right here, this is why we did it. This is why we've done all of this. This could do it. The wearer of this would be able to cast incredibly complex magic, very powerful. There are sacrifices involved with using it, as there are with all of these bangles, but it can make us very powerful. It needs a powerful spellcaster, though, so either myself or, I guess, Juden or Cirrus should be the one to use it.
Well, that one is far too much of a bedfellow with self-sacrifice as it is, so no to her, and I want nothing to do with it. So you sound like the perfect candidate. Congratulations.
Cirrus.
Mhm.
He's looking at you, like,
What?
what do you think?
Right. You. I agree.
I don't, I could
You don't
wear
agree?
it, but I don't. Doesn't matter to me as long as it's someone who's well versed in casting spells.
Yes, well, I think it's probably better that I save all of my strength so that I can heal you all appropriately, and you can use it, more effectively.
Let's not be coy. You just made the thing. Who better to use it than yourself?
Right,
You went to all that
guess
trouble.
so.
Yes, you put your
I
own life
honestly
on the
don't
line.
care who wears it.
Inside check.
Do I believe him?
21.
Yeah, he
Are you
has no
being
envy.
sincere?
They took his envy away. He has no envy. He doesn't care.
Doesn't mean there isn't anything else behind it. That means that you want to... Like, is this coming from a place of...
He literally
genuine.
just wants whoever he's being He's being 100% tactical, like who's capable of using this, and that's all he cares about. He has no envy. He puts it on. All right, I'll do it. And then he passes the other ones out. He hands one to Cirrus. Does she take it?
Yes, thank you.
Briefly explains to her what it does.
I nod.
Hands one to Sia.
It's not really It's not really my kind of style, but I shall take it nonetheless. Thank you. I take it.
Hands a gruff nod to him. It will make you more powerful. Hands one to Bibble.
Oh, thank you very much. What does it do again?
If you give it blood, it will allow you to move much quicker.
Oh,
For a short period of time. The
hey.
more blood you give, the more you can do. But it's dangerous. It will kill you if you give too much.
Oh, right, okay. Do I wear it?
Yeah. Put it on your wrist. Yes. I help Bibble put it on.
I want to bear in mind, this thing snaps to your wrist and immediately there are spikes on the inside of it.
This thing painful.
This thing is painful, and it opens a wound on your arm, wherever you put it.
Yeah.
Forever.
Okay.
It stabs into you.
Thrak, I've heard of Orcish tradition and Orcish, well, ornaments, but you went pretty hard on this, didn't you?
This was the best. This was the design that they had. I just followed the instructions.
I see.
This could be the key for us. You understand that, right? For saving everything that's left alive.
For saving everything left alive. I put mine in my bag. I should put my key in my key holder for now.
Walks up to Gildan. She got her arms crossed. She's not looking at me.
She doesn't seem to be in any particular mood. She's just watching impassively.
I'll take the bangle out and I say, maybe there'll be a moment. Maybe there'll be a moment where you decide that no matter how much it disgusts you to wear something like this, it will be worth it. He hands it to her.
She looks at Thrak for a long moment, and then at the bracelet, and then ties one of the leather strips that is around her staff around the bracelet and lets it dangle from her staff instead of putting it on.
Yeah, I've put mine on. As it stabs into my flesh and blood trickles down my arm, and then I go to work at my alchemy lab immediately, trying to craft up a healing potion.
My eyes all dart to Cirrus. I imagine she has hers. Has she put hers on or no?
I said that I put it on before I knew that it stabbed into me. So I'm gonna go with that. Like, I think I put it on as soon as he gave it to me and then saw that it stabbed into me. And then I don't look pleased, but I'm wearing it nonetheless. I'm enduring.
Bibble clamps his onto his wrist immediately. Oh, bastard! Oh, that smarts. Alright, let's give it a go. It doesn't work. It takes an hour to attune to this.
Yeah, I would know that. I would relay that information to him. It will take a while for the magical item to get to know you.
Oh,
I'm explaining this to Bibble.
okay. Alright. Well, I've suffered worse.
I will walk over to Seer and have a private conversation. I tap my staff next to him, and the bangle swings a little bit. You're not so keen on wearing yours, then?
No, not really. Like I said, it's not really my thing.
Yes, you don't seem to be one with magic, really. Is that a choice, or is that because you're incapable?
I never said I was incapable of magic. My people are quite attuned to it.
Well, you don't say much of anything of any value, at least. But no, you've never mentioned your incapability. So why you choose not to use it?
Well, it's not so much that I am incapable of magic. Our dear orc friend there, Mr. Thrak, as you see, he relies on a book and reading to cast spells. I'm no sorcerer. At the same time, what I have learnt, well, it's not through such means. I haven't learned through runes and sigils. I've learned through training and beatings. That being said, I am still a conduit for magic, I say, and my 6 eyes flicker at Jildan, looking down at her, staring unblinking. My actual eyes are less intense, tired maybe, trying to be appeasing, I suppose, to this small talk.
I squint up at his eyes and attempt to quickly poke him in one of them with a 5.
You reach up, but actually no, I'm only 5'2". I just tilt my head and you miss.
Do they hurt like your normal eyes?
I suppose, in a way. I've never tried to touch them.
They ever get
Then
dry?
again, they blink when they need to,
Do they cry?
perhaps.
Have you ever cried?
Oh, many a time.
Interesting. But you're choosing not to wear the bangle.
I am, yes. What is this? Dwarven? The dwarves.
Could you
can
call
keep
it that?
Well, I mean, we found it in a dwarven cave with pygmy dwarves with, well,
It's
a
forged by an
dwarven
orc.
forge. Forged by an orc.
It's quite rare, I'd say. In all my travels, not often you find orc forged.
I wonder what folk would say back home if they saw me wearing an orc forged item.
Why do you care about back home? They're all dead anyway, by all accounts.
Quite likely.
You live your life caring about those back home.
I shake my head, not saying anything. The eyes on my forehead are now closed.
Try and read the expression on his face.
Insight. You've been around me for quite some time now, putting up with my shit. You will notice that when I do talk to you, I have my normal eyes that most people tend to have, unless they're a cyclops or just without them. And I tend not to be very expressive with these eyes. The ones on my forehead are a little bit more, well, they kind of do their own thing. Sometimes they express what I'm expressing. Sometimes they express almost like a sub-emotion, something ulterior. Looking at me right now, well, you ascertain that I don't truly care for anybody back at home, really, or at least what they think. That much I'm being truthful.
You plan on never using it, or you're appeasing Thrak by keeping hold of it?
I wonder. You see, it is partially what? Well, it's orc craft. It's dwarven make. But at the same time, it's also divine. No,
You like the divine? I look at his stuff.
I don't. I twist the staff in my hand. I dig the bottom part of it into the ground, shaking it about. I toggle it. I don't like the divine so much as it is a tool.
You like the power?
Like. The power is useful.
So you're gathering a toolbox.
Of a sort. Force of habit, perhaps we'll call it.
Yes, perhaps. Very well.
What about yourself? I see you haven't quite put it on yet.
I prefer to have full control over my faculties.
I
Can't
see.
trust people too much these days. See? Can't trust people too much.
Not even your orcish friend.
It's not Drac that is the problem most of the time.
And you fear that this bangle will take away from your faculties. Is that it?
Sometimes in your life, you lose something that makes you so suspicious of everything else that comes your way. Perhaps I've already lost too much to risk losing much more.
How old did you say you were again?
That is rude! And I bonk him on the shoulder with my staff and walk away from the conversation.
I allow it.
Okay. Which of the other two is closest to Bibble?
I guess that would be me since I gave him the thing.
He's watching you. What are you doing?
Watching me. I'm at my alchemy, my potion maker's lab that I've just folded out, and I'm mixing a potion.
Your spells. How do you cast them if you don't use blood?
It's complicated. It depends on the spell. It's a form of arcane. Incantations, hand movements, sometimes some reagents. I'm saying all this while I'm not looking up at him, I'm just sort of working.
What about that one? Points at Cirrus.
Her spell casting is connected to her faith.
Oh, that's like us. Yours is
I
not.
suppose it is. Not really, no. Although, I suppose there might be something to say that I have faith in my own abilities and the abilities that of those that have come before me and paved the way through hard work and diligent study.
Right. So which angel do you belong to?
Brack sort of stares, he stops what he's doing for a moment, and then stares off and then sort of blinks his eyes. I no longer belong to any angel. And continues working.
Alright. Well, what about her?
If you're curious, you could speak to her about it. I don't feel it's my place to speak of her faith.
What's her name, Karen?
No. Serious.
Are you sure about that?
Yes, I'm quite sure. I've known her for many years.
Let's test this theory. Hey, Karen!
Drax stops and looks at him. Puzzled look on his face.
shoots you a bizarre look with his sort of very wrinkled and pocked face. He's kind of got like very loose skin that sits on his head amongst all of his frazzled grey hair. No, you're right, she didn't respond to it. Cirrus!
Yes?
Oh, that is her name. He didn't know your name.
Pardon?
Come here.
All right. I walk over.
Which god do you belong to? Which angel provides you with your magic?
Boreal, the mountain.
This mountain.
No, north.
Oh, right.
Uma.
Uma.
Very cold. Yes,
Oh, it's cold.
that's right.
I've never been to Uma. There's a mountain there, is it?
That is correct, yes.
Well, I can offer you this. You trade your mountain and your cold for a mountain of warmth and blood.
I'm sorry, I don't understand.
I think very uncharacteristically, Thrax stops what he's doing for a moment and then starts laughing. And continues his work and tries to stifle a smile.
I'm afraid I don't understand your meaning.
Oh, well, you can use blood instead of what, rocks. Is that what you need to cast your spells?
I assure you, it's far more than rocks.
Like what?
Well, the very earth, what you're standing on, the ground itself, the sky itself. A mountain touches earth to sky. It is the place between, under, and above. It is everywhere and everything.
Right. Okay. Alright, teach me a spell. Let me see if I can do it.
All right. Well, first I suppose, to your knees. And I get on my knees.
Oh, it's hard for me to do at my age, but alright. He creaks down, his knees popping.
Put your hand to the earth.
Okay. Right.
Close your eyes.
Okay.
Now cease to be.
Oh, I don't want to do that.
That's metaphorically cease to be. Just kind of stop thinking of the fact that you are and just be.
Hey, alright, I can do that. Let's see here. Cease, I don't think.
Can you hear your breathing?
Hey,
Listen to that. And think about the fact that you're touching earth and you're touching sky. And think about the fact that every cavern, every hole, every wound was once something. It was full. It was matter. Bring it back together the way rock rubs against rock, the way sky never breaks. heal the wound together, knowing that you are whole as it will be.
Okay. Now what?
I reach down and I cut my hand a little, not a lot, you know, we're not talking like one of those like movie cuts where someone takes a knife diagonally down their hand or anything, but just like, you know, a little bead of blood. And I reach out and I say, heal it. Heal the break.
Okay. Are you thinking of being part of the earth and the sky and whatnot?
Yes, you are just like everything else.
Okay. Here we go. Eh. Did it work?
No. No.
Alright, let me
Have
try
you-
again. Eh. Did it work?
No. No. How about this instead? Instead of thinking of the earth and the sky, think of the river of blood below you.
Aye.
Think of the blood that courses through you as a river, just as that river courses through this mountain. It is a being like you. Think of the way that blood is needed to knit things together, to keep things alive, to purify or poison. You can decide whether you want it to heal or harm. Ask it to heal.
You sound like one of the elders. Okay. Let's see here. River of blood. Heal. Ask you to heal this here wound. Ask you to heal this here wound. That's not working.
All right. Do you have a memory
Yes.
of something that was very difficult? Your worst memory.
Oh, my worst memory. That's easy.
All right. Think about how helpless you felt. How lost.
Right.
Think about how everything inside you was once dark. And then close your eyes and think of your angel.
Okay.
And offer yourself as a vessel for its purpose, its goodness.
Alright.
Ask it to never let you feel that helpless again.
Alright. River of blood. Blood of woe. Never let me feel helpless as I was that day when I lost that which was so dear to me, that which can never be regained. My sweet clickety-clack box. I'll never get it back. Right, now what?
Now, let all in. Relinquish yourself.
I'm gonna roll something for Bibble here. I'm gonna roll a wisdom check for Bibble. A 9. We has advantage. Oh, actually it's the 14. I rolled with advantage already. He says, nothing's happening. I don't... Oh. Now why'd you say a thing like that, Karen? That was uncalled for.
Who's Karen?
You.
I'm sorry. I don't understand what you mean. What did I say?
You told me to cut my own heart out and throw it into the river.
No. I
I
didn't.
got things to do today.
Right, I didn't say that.
I don't mind doing it eventually, but you know, maybe on my last day or something.
Is that what you heard?
Aye.
I look around. I look around us and down at the river of blood. Do I notice anything at all?
Absolutely no change.
Nothing. Okay. I didn't say that. If I may, it sounds like that is what your angel is speaking to you. That's what your angel wants.
Ooh. Shite. Alright, well, have you got a knife? You got a sword, but I don't know if I can use it. Have you got a dagger?
No.
Something small?
Bibble, no. I don't,
You can have mine.
Thank you.
No.
What?
You know, I could be wrong. It could be, there are darker things around. Things that make requests of us. I wouldn't listen to it. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Aye, okay.
Sorry I couldn't teach you a spell.
Aye, no, it's alright. I wasn't expecting miracles. Okay. You want me to show you one?
I suppose so.
Have you got a bowl? A little bowl. Aye, where's that strange bowl you've got?
But I get the bowl.
Aye, right. Yeah, give us your finger there, the wounded one.
Okay.
Alright. He squeezes it. Now we need a bit more blood than that. Can you cut it some more?
I don't think this is a good idea, Bibble.
Oh, you're gonna love it. Here, look, it's not too bad. He reaches around you and sort of on the edge of your longsword runs his finger down it, cutting his own finger. He squeezes some droplets of blood into the bowl. Who wants to join us? What about communes?
I'm quite happy just watching. Thank you.
Alright, suit yourself. Alright, con. Here's a few drops.
Okay. I add a few more drops to the bowl.
Alright. Here, we just mix that all together. That's mine and your blood there, look at that. Okay. Now, you got some water or something. Help it go down.
Go down?
Aye.
How so?
Water, it's a drink, you drink it.
No, I mean, what do you mean help it go down?
Hey, we're gonna drink this.
I'm sorry, I can't, Bibble. I really appreciate you teaching me a spell. I appreciate it, but I don't think I'm supposed to. I don't think I'm supposed to. Your angel, I think it takes a lot. And I think that it may. I need to stay pure for my.
I don't understand. Plus, it's gonna make you stronger. Do you like it?
Strong.
Hey,
I.
that's good
I
for
am
you.
As,
Put hairs on your
it-
chest. Or
I'm
scales.
as
Or...
strong as I need to be.
Alright, if you say so. Can I have some water, though?
Yes, of course. I pour some water from my skin into the.
He mixes it around. He says, Alakazoo, Alakazam. You don't have to say that, really. Just sort of, well, that's it. Bottoms up. He drinks it back. Puts the bowl down. Ah, that's the stuff. Oh, that hits the spot. Alright, I feel good now. Oh. Feeling strong.
Did I notice any change whatsoever?
You may give me either an insight
Magically.
or an arcana check. You may even give me a
Okay.
medicine check if you'd like, whichever one of those.
Okay, I'll do insight. 17.
He actually does seem like he gained some life, kinda. Like he gained some
Okay.
energy.
Yeah.
I think you noticed that his demeanor becomes like he was creaking around and struggling to like lean down and stuff, and now he's moving with a bit more fluidity. He's kind of like, he looks a little more spry. But yeah, I don't know if you know much more than that.
Okay.
Right. Do you know what a voodoo doll is?
I do not.
Would you like to make one of the big green fella there?
Why would I? What is it for?
Well, we can fuse his blood and a ruby, and we put it within the doll, right? And then we can fuck with him.
No, thank you.
Oh, yeah.
Bibble.
Right.
have no need
Since
for
I
such
am
things.
nearby, could I like roll something to see if I heard him say that?
Yeah, you roll a perception check.
Okay.
But I heard all of it.
19. Yeah, I don't do anything. I'm sort of watching, though.
Yeah. You want to roll an arcana check?
Yeah. 16.
Voodoo dolls are legit. They're little tiny constructs that people make. They're really messed up. Like, it's not good to do. You can make them in two different ways. You can make a voodoo doll that actually protects you in some way. So, for example, what it would mechanically do is potentially if you made a voodoo doll of yourself and made it with the intention of it being a protective thing, it can take damage for you, right? So if you say it has 10 HP, when it gets hit by an attack, you can use the voodoo doll to take that damage. Alternatively, you can do exactly what we know voodoo dolls in most media to be, which is like attack it and it would hurt you and harm you or potentially control you and things like that. Again, it's more dodgy blood magic. You can give me another arcana check for the spell he cast before if you want.
24.
Oh, you know exactly what he did. This is like the most basic blood magic spell of all time. You and some other people can mix blood together. You sort of put a very basic, it's a ritual that you can cast essentially, and you can, it's very simple magic and very basic. enchanting that you can do. But he essentially bolstered his HP for about 48 hours. He's got extra HP right now.
Okay. Yeah, I'm still sort of just watching. I'm not interrupting their conversation.
Well, this has been enlightening. Thank you, Bibble.
Oh, I don't know shite compared to the elders.
I can imagine.
Hmm.
You have very powerful elders.
I'm powerful, I don't know. They're very old. Very, very old. One of them's hand is no longer his own hand.
What does that mean?
Ornag, he cut off his hand and attached a magical claw to it. So now he has the power of the Night Claw.
Right.
Ongra has got extra eyes like your boy.
That's very interesting.
Aye, she wears them around her neck like pearls.
And they see?
I think she sees everything, aye.
Do you often, have you heard from your angel before? Telling you to cut your heart out?
No, I've never heard of anyone talking, you know, like we are with the angel. Even the elders.
Interesting.
Yeah, I'll walk up and, well, not walk up, but just start speaking. I've read that some angels are more akin to very powerful beasts than they are to sentient beings. Perhaps the River of Blood has no need of speaking.
There's more than one way to speak. It's speaking within the mind. Speaking with your heart, the pull of your heart is a way of speaking. Need, exhaustion, hunger, pain, all ways of speaking with no voice. Don't listen to everything that speaks to you, Bibble.
Alright. I mean, that's kind of my job. I'm the one that opens the door. I'm the guide.
Yes.
Bring people through the mountain.
No, you're right. I'm sorry.
Although, I feel as though I have failed your journey. I do not think I'm going to be able to deliver you to where you're trying to go.
Well, why is that?
Because I do not believe you can get there.
Why not?
Because you are mortal.
Oh. Right. You said that there were issues with people going to the forest.
Aye. No one's gone in or out. Not anyone that, you know, like you or I.
Can you still show us the way?
Kinda, I suppose.
Or draw a map?
I don't think there's a map that can be drawn. I can take you to the Nolan's forest. From there, you're on your own, I suppose.
I look to Thrak. All right.
That would be most helpful, Bibble, if you could lead us as far as you can.
Okay, I'll do that. Should we go now? Has it been an hour? Can I use this? He holds up the bangle.
How long has it been?
About an hour.
Okay. Sure. Yes, it should be attuned to you.
Oh, right. So what can I do? Again?
You should be very cautious with using it. If you do, there will be an immediate exchange. For a moment, you will feel very quick, but like you could do things faster. But immediately after that, you will feel pretty awful and probably need a rest.
Okay. Well, let's use his blood.
Yes.
Ah, well, lucky for me, I can use blood very well. I even have a spell that kind of makes blood, so maybe I can... Well, let's give it a go, eh?
I am watching him extremely closely to try and figure out what he's doing.
Yeah, everyone give me perception checks.
16.
9.
1.
24.
Seer's not even watching.
No?
No, not
Seer's
at all.
asleep.
Seer's asleep.
His
or
eyes are
something.
closed.
He's half
Every
tranced.
single eye.
Meditating.
Jilden, you are vaguely able to perceive Bibble as he suddenly blurs out of existence. He vanishes from sight for everyone. Jilden, you recognize that he starts basically moving at super speed. For the rest of us, we see that scene in X-Men where Quicksilver's running around the room and everyone's completely still. And Bibble just starts moving around the room. He moves to the other side of the forge, kind of catches himself, moves back. You guys are all in slow motion. He runs over to where Thrak is, pulls Thrak's trousers down. Thrak's just standing there.
Yeah.
He moves round to where Cirrus is. He takes her sword out and then puts it into the scabbard the wrong way around, so it's pointing upwards in the most dangerous fashion. He moves over to where Seer is. He looks in Seer's eyes, and then he tickles Seer under the armpits. Nothing happens when Seer does not react. He moves around to Jilden, and there's that, you know that scene in that movie where Superman is looking at the Flash and he kind of almost sees him? That's Jilden. And he sort of like jumps a little bit. He moves back around to where he was at the beginning and then decides to move out of the room. We follow him run out to the bridge. He looks over the edge of the bridge and runs all the way back in, appearing once again in front of Cirrus and in front of Thrak as the effect wears off, and he says, "Oh, that was bloody marvelous!" Grabs his heart and falls down.
I run to him. Is he alive?
Give me a
Yeah, I
medicine
would
check.
check his
Oh
pulse.
my god. Oh my god.
I cast a glass
Did
sigil
you
down.
kill him? Did we kill him?
I cast a smile, let's see.
16.
He's dead.
Oh no! People! No! People! Oh.
You know,
He used 6 dash
He
actions.
didn't! Oh!
Is he's like dead?
He's dead.
Yeah, okay.
you know,
Well-
I'm starting to think it's a good thing Thrak has a preference for slowing instead of speed.
I
I
pick him up. I pick him up.
Before you do that, I say to
Yeah.
Sirius, before you get any grand notions about a burial in the river, waste not, want not. That could be useful. And I point to the bangle on his arm.
Oh, yeah. I would also say we should search him for anything.
Search him.
Yes.
Well, you can take the bangle. Be of no use, but really, search him.
If you don't mind, could you take the
Could have
bangle?
a map.
It's gross.
Okay, I pull the bangle off. Oh,
I don't imagine it comes off
Squelch.
easily.
Squelch.
oh. All right. I suppose you search him and then.
Yeah.
Then we
What do I
can-
find on him? I'm searching him.
Okay. One, you find a quarterstaff. This is a stave, essentially, that is used for casting magic. It doesn't do anything specific. It isn't like a magical +1 stave or anything like that. What you find in it, he has a little satchel. And when you open up the satchel, you find lots of little things in here. There's like a few gemstones. They look like rubies or something like that. It's the same gems that you find in all of the walls. Some of these gems he uses in spellcasting. You recognize that these are little material components that he might use. There is weirdly, there's just a bunch of like hay in there. It looks very old, sitting in the bottom of the bag. There's half a bottle of a potion, which is corked. The bottle looks really old and grimy. There's another bottle which looks like it contains a clear liquid. It could be water, but it's the way it sloshes around in there is a little thicker than water. You obviously have the bangle, and he also had. Damn, where did I put it? He does have something else to cast his spells with. Hang on, I might be able to retroactively figure out what I wrote down. He does have something else, but I can't remember what it was. But it's the most unique item of his, and I
I'm
don't
pretty
want
sure
to,
it was a spell scroll, right?
Oh, he has keys. That's what he
polymorph.
has. He has his bloody
Oh.
keys. There's a ring of keys, and they're all different shapes and sizes. You can tell immediately, I think, Thrak, that 2 of them are magical in nature.
Okay.
I don't know
Yeah,
where
I'll
I
take
wrote
it
this
all.
all down, but I know I wrote it down like a week and a half ago when I wrote all of this. Yeah, okay. Then what?
Right, well, he wanted to be thrown into the river, so do you need help?
Uh-huh.
I can't
Right.
believe you'd say that, actually.
It's really weird that
Quite
you would say
offensive.
that, if I'm honest.
Yes, you should pick him up.
Okay.
Just to make sure, have we taken the bangle of it yet?
Yeah, you've got the bangle.
I carry him like a,
He's very light.
Yeah.
He's small
like
and
a little-
thin.
yeah,
Oh.
poor little guy.
You know what else he had on him? Fingers. Lots of fingers.
Oh.
That's what it was.
What a freak.
Yeah.
Like
I'm sorry,
extra
not on his
fingers.
hands.
Like
Just
Little
fingers of his people, or
assorted fingers. All of them dried out and kind of cured leathery fingers.
one's a fish
Okay.
finger.
Are there any? Am I getting any sort of magical?
No.
Okay. You
no,
can
he
keep
was
those.
just collector. Okay.
I mean, he did
Um,
have that one extra finger in one hand. I assumed it was either grafted on or born that way, but I'm not sure if we'll ever find out now.
No.
Yeah, I toss him in.
Oh no! Don't toss him in yet.
What do you mean?
I would like to, if you hold him over the river, I would
Okay.
like to put my hand on his heart and close my eyes and say, Vol, take care of him. And then, then you could throw him in.
Well, let's have you first make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
Uh-oh. Done it now.
22.
Something begins whispering to you. As soon as you touch his chest and you speak, you hear the whisper of what sounds like a very effeminate kind of voice, speaking to you from nowhere in particular, but you do sort of. It does feel like this person is whispering almost directly into your ear, if that makes sense. So it doesn't sound like it's coming from anywhere exactly, but it is kind of a bizarre whisper. And you hear the voice say, "Oh, wouldn't you want to bring him back to life?"
Bring him back how?
Same way you always do.
I cast Spare the Dying while my hand is on his chest.
It has no effect.
Has no effect.
The voice whispers and says, "Well, perhaps not exactly the same way as you always do."
Sorry. Okay. Can I try to infer? Can I try to figure out what this person is saying?
Well, you tell
'Cause-
me. What do you think that they're inferring?
Well, it's been longer than a minute.
Yeah.
I also do not have any spell slots. I have, hold on. Oh god. I know that I just want to double check that it's not like a spell that I have forgotten that I can totally do before I move on to like metaphorical stuff.
Okay.
He's like, I don't know, is resurrection something that a cleric of 7th
Not
level
really.
has access to?
I can revivify, and it's died within the last minute. But I don't have it prepared.
It also
I
has,
had
a,
to
has
prepare.
a cost.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's also like a
That's why I
diamond,
didn't
isn't
have it.
Worth a bunch of money.
Yes. That's why I don't have it. So now I'm thinking. Have you seen me do this before?
I know who you are.
Who are you?
Well, I am the blood of Vol.
You'll have to forgive me, Angel, but I don't believe I have the skill that you think I do.
I think you do. Look around you. Hazard a guess.
Thrak, can you put him down? Don't throw him off the bridge. Put him down. I run over to get the bowl. And I cut my hand. Pour
What are
some
you
blood
doing?
into the bowl.
What is she
Can
doing?
you help?
What is she
Can you
doing?
help?
Are you
Can everyone
going
help?
to try to use some sort of blood magic here?
You want me to cut your
Uh,
hand for you?
No, can all
You're
of you
not
put some
using
of
blood
your own
magic.
in?
What are you doing? What are you trying to
I'm not-
achieve?
I'm not using it. Will you trust me?
You know we can get blood from the river.
Well,
Oh, it has to be.
I suppose
to
I
be.
owe you blood already, don't I? From that one time which you won't let up. I walk up to her and, how do I do it? I guess I just present my forearm and just look away.
Yeah,
Indignant.
I'm like thinking in response to this voice. Like, that's where I'm responding to. And I say, a moment ago, you asked him to cut his own heart out. What do you wish for him?
Are you talking out loud right now?
No.
Are you looking, I mean, does she
I'm
look out of
afar.
sorts to me?
Yeah, probably, yeah.
In that case, I think I retract my hand once I see she's gone over the deep end and take a couple steps back and go, oh.
What I wish for him, he couldn't quite understand. He is a follower. You are a leader.
Are you just testing me?
No. I'm recruiting you.
I stop what I'm doing. You know who I serve?
My brother.
What use for his clerics do you have?
I seek only vengeance for my other brothers and sisters, and those are gone now.
We seek the same thing.
Yes. And you will need my little follower there to guide you from this place to the next.
Everyone cut your hands in the bowl, please.
I beg your pardon,
do
what?
it. Yeah, I do it.
Okay.
Have you lost your mind? What are you trying to achieve?
I look at Jilden. Can you trust me?
Well, I just don't understand. What are you doing? Tell me.
I'm trying to bring him back.
Why? He's useless to us.
We need him.
For what?
In what way? Rations?
Just
Yes,
trust
you know
me,
what?
please.
He's the one that ate all the rations to begin with.
Oh my god, trust me! Blood
I
in the
woke
bowl!
I walk up to Cirrus. I am now maybe a foot away from her. I look up because I'm only 5'2", and I gesture with my finger, index finger, for her to bend down towards me. Do you?
I look down at you, and then I hinge at the hip. I do not slouch.
I grab your horn and cut my arm with it, and then into the bowl.
Okay. Thank you.
You're
Jilden.
welcome. I shake my hand and bind it and walk away.
At Cirrus's outburst, I put both my hands on my staff and just stare at her. I'm trying to infer what it is I'm sensing here. Is it desperation? Is it... Where is this insistence coming from? An 18
Ooh.
on insight.
Okay. You would see that I have a sort of faraway look. And I think you would recognize that it's the sort of faraway look that I have had when we were in the temple in Moon. Like, when I was communing with my angel, when there was like a level of spiritualism that was happening there, when we found out that we were supposed to be, that we were Quura. You would notice that Cirrus has this sort of faraway look a lot of the time, but it's been dwindling since we left Moon and since we started our journey. And I have it maybe a bit after I meditate or when I pray, but in general, you have maybe seen me be more and more present here. And I have that look now where I'm kind of, my eyes aren't really trained on anything specific. I'm angry because I'm panicked and determined. And I think it wouldn't be a stretch for you to see that I'm acting with a purpose, a sudden purpose. Like, yeah. I mean, that's an 18, so I'll just say, like, I'm acting as though I've been given instructions.
You're not going to make me imbibe anything. You just want my blood in the bowl.
That's right. Yes, that's right.
I look incredibly uncomfortable. But then I look into your eyes again. And give nothing else away as I take out a small dagger and cut the back of my hand and then allow it to drip one drop of blood.
Yes. Good.
I then find, I pull out my water skin and I pour water into it. And then I close my eyes and I swirl the bowl to mix the blood and the water. And then I come back to kneeling next to Bibble. I kind of lift him up a little. Actually, I would have my leg up. This is getting very detailed, but, I would have my leg up to hold him because I have one arm. So I would have my leg, he would be resting on my leg, knee up, and then I would open his mouth and pour the mixture from the bowl into his mouth. And then put my hand on his chest again.
need to agree to something.
Agree to what?
Your companions, each of them, along your journey, they will betray you. They will turn against you. They will find another way when it is offered. You must ensure vengeance is wrought. You must promise me this.
Sorry, give me a second. What use do you have for bargains, for prices, when vengeance, what you seek, is our aim?
Because I see the path before you. Do you think you are the first Quura to try and kill that which is killing us? Do you think you're special? You are not. You are merely the last.
How do you know they will betray me?
All have before.
I don't understand.
What you face,
What you ask.
it will bargain.
They will not accept.
This world, it is already dead. You cannot save it.
I promise to end that which ends this world.
Very good. And I shall return life to my follower. And one last thing. Cirrus of the dragon, Cirrus of the forest, Cirrus of the mountain. Please, tell Jordan Elneas has not left her. The voice falls silent. Below you, on the ground, there's a... Oh shite, that was good. That was good, that was fast as well. I've never moved so fast. Where's my stuff? Where am I? Are you robbing me?
Shit.
No.
Did you try and rob me after all I've done for you? Is that what this has been? You tricked me.
I needed to bring you back
Where are
in
my
order
fingers?
to do that. They're right here,
walk
and you
away.
can take them.
I'll hand him
problem.
back. Is that a sort?
I
Sorry about that, people. I thought you were dead. I
No,
hand him
I-
back.
Oh, no, I'm not dead. You're gonna have to do a lot more than that to... What happened to me?
well,
He's counting
you
his
used
fingers,
the
by the way.
bangle.
2, 3, 4...
You used the bangle, and
Hey, where was
you
that?
used
You
it
take that back.
too much.
Oh, your
it didn't work for
privileges are
you.
revoked. No more bangle
it-
for you.
And what have I
had a
told you?
bit
If
of
I
a
drop dead,
reaction.
throw me in the river, please. Don't let me just rot out here. I'll be eaten by the rats.
Okay. Well, welcome back, and thank you. We need you to help us get to where we're going. So,
I don't think I can do that where you're trying to go.
yes, you can, and we're going to show it to us anyway. But thank you.
Right, can I put that bangle back on, please? Can I have that back?
No,
That thing's
for
fantastic.
now, not.
Oh, you said it was
You-
mine.
Yeah, you'll get it back when we leave the mountain.
Alright, fair. Okay. Oh, my back. Oh. Alright, okay. Where's my vodka? Did you take that too?
It's right here. And
Ooh.
I snap my fingers at Seer.
Hmm? What?
Do a little dangly, like,
Yeah, you can have some. Go on.
The
Take a wee
vodka.
swig.
I look at her, snapping her hands, and then look at her in the face like, you didn't just. And then I present the vodka.
I hand the vodka.
Alright. Are we ready to go then? Oh,
Yes.
okay. Alright. God, I feel like death warmed up. Can't believe you thought I was dead. What's that bowl?
Dead.
Oh, sorry, what?
Why you got a bowl with blood in it? You tried it again, didn't you?
No, that was when you just did it earlier.
Oh, it looks a bit more blood.
Leftovers.
Right, okay. Alright, let me get my weights about me. Right, we're gonna head out. Do you want to go to Dereth or straight out of the mountain?
I look at everyone.
Because there's a big turning almost immediately out of here. If we go straight across, we can go to Dereth. If you want to just head on out, go out to the Nolans, then we can do that. We'll head right.
Straight out, everyone? What do you think?
I have no need for supplies, and I'm not curious enough to meet more of his folk. Perhaps you are?
Yes. No, I think I'm ready to go. Thrak? Jilden?
There's quite enough excitement for me for one day, and I am very bored of being inside this cave. It's awfully echoey inside here. Hello? 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 Hello?
That's just you saying hello multiple times.
Oh, I was hoping you wouldn't watch me while I did it.
I think we should. I don't know. I'm not sure I want to meet the elders. Perhaps we should just leave.
Yes,
Yes,
chop chop.
all right.
We have things to do.
Right, to the
Perhaps
Nolans.
on the way back.
Aye. What? Does he do this a lot? Should get his brain checked. You know there are worms that crawl up through your blood and into your brain. Rot it from the inside out. Gotta be careful.
Yes. All right, we're ready to go.
Okay. Do you want me to take a look at his brain?
No, I think it's fine. It's just like that, unfortunately.
I've got a good friend back in Dereth. Her name's Isla the Wretch. She's very similar to your Jilden. And she's very good at... what she'll do is she'll get the blood out of your brain. The person, their eyes roll up in their head, they start foaming at the mouth, and then she puts it all back in. It's like being reborn. You feel very good in the morning. You don't feel very good the first night, but the next day you feel very good. I can try that on him. You know, if you want.
No, I think that's quite all right. I think he'd
Brainwash.
not be happy about that.
Brain.
But thank you.
Okay. Right. Follow me then. We're going to go out here and we're going to head right across the Crooked Bridge. Now, it's always been called the Crooked Bridge because it's wobbly It doesn't wobble, but it's kind of wobbly, like a snake's way. But it's now also called the Crooked Bridge because it's fallen apart. Alright, so we tried to drop it. We tried to drop it when everything was going down. And we couldn't do it because it's bloody hard to bring down a big stone bridge like that. So the thing's absolutely knackered. I should hold. But there are rats. Big bastards too. Like a horse. So, eyes.
Wait, lovely.
Rats, okay?
Okay.
Would those be rat horses or horse rats?
Big blood-rot rats. They are bastard things. Huge. Take a bite out of you. You lost a whole kidney in one bite. Nasty buggers. Aye.
Ever tried taking a bite out of them? Sounds quite
Oh, aye,
tasty.
yeah. We eat all of them that we kill. Aye, of course.
Oh. Well, come and what are you waiting for? Let's meet them.
Alright, okay. You'll hear them too. Strange sound is hearing a big rat. You're used to a little rat, right? But hearing that big sounds strange. Don't sound right.
What does it sound like?
He does that impression. Okay. So eyes and ears, because I don't like those bastards. They're fast and they're nasty and they sit underneath the bridge like a big pair of testicles and they'll jump up at you.
Quite the
Alright.
image.
Aye. Let's go. I'm not going first. You can go first. Pats you on the bum. See ya.
I'm already walking.
Straight out to the right. If you hurt the creature, he's dead. He's done, okay? He will be our shield. We'll stay back. Blast them from afar, alright?
I walk ahead looking around to see if I can find these rot rats. So just point of order. We've had about an hour for you to attune. We went through all of that. In that time, did we have a short rest?
Yes.
May I roll hit die?
Yeah, I was about to give you all the opportunity to do that. You've had a short rest. You can use hit dice to recover your HP. You also get any abilities and things that you get on a short rest. Let's see here as well. Cirrus, you have another spell, but I'll give you it later.
What? Okay, cool.
You've gained a spell.
Whoa.
Oh, wow. I
Wow.
rolled 2 maxes.
Wow.
Shame that wasn't your level up
Right.
hit dice.
Got a natural 1 for my level
And
up.
there's the balancer.
And there it is. Okay. So, yeah, some time passes as you travel out of the forge and back out across the big sort of stone bridges. And we're not talking little rickety bridges. These are huge, great big stone sort of roadways that are built up and above the river. They move through just this enormous cavernous region. There are enormous kind of plinths that hold the cavern up, and the underneath you almost at all times there is just an absolutely huge red crimson river that glows from within, providing an underlit experience at all times. All of you during all of these scenes have been entirely red lit from below. At almost all times, and as you head out, there's again a little bit of a walk. Everything it's a huge expanse of space that is being traversed as you move around this along these sort of ancient sort of tradeways. But eventually you do come to a split. There is a junction where you can head to the left, which would have been the way that you came here. You can head straight over, which Bibble claims is the way to Deroth, the sort of village that he's from, and you can head to the right, which is the way out towards the Nolands forest. Nolands is spelled Nolands, by the way, whenever he's saying that. And he sort of ushers Seer first and continues to just sort of send him forwards like a canary down the mine shaft. But you do notice as you sort of begin progressing along this bridge, very shortly after moving along it, this bridge is damaged massively. There's just huge areas where the stone has been chipped away and broken and fallen away. And he starts weaving along this area. It isn't anywhere near as dangerous as he makes out. It's very easy to not fall off of this thing. You're not talking this. There's like 30 feet either side of you at the thinnest points where this thing is broken. But he seems to be. He's almost got like vertigo as he's moving along. He seems to be absolutely incredibly paranoid at the fact that this thing is broken. You get the sense that he's never seen damage dealt to these things before, and the entire thing just is so outside of what he's capable of imagining that he's obsessed with it, and he sort of seems extra frightened for some reason moving along this area. So let's first of all have our scout roll me a check.
What sort of check?
I will tell you. You can do a perception or an investigation check.
Natural 20 for a 25.
Damn. Yeah, you are leading the path here. And this isn't for scouting out for creatures. This is looking for genuine structural weaknesses as you're moving along this path and sort of pathfinding for them. It's actually illegal to say the word pathfinder while you're playing D&D. So it's pathfinding while you're pathfinding for the party here. You actually do notice that there are several spots where there are cracks and weak points in the stone bridge that could easily give way under too much weight or pressure. But you suspect that it isn't the amount of weight that the 5 of you could produce. If you maybe had like a wagon or something like that, or if you had like draft horses or something, or packed mules, you might run into trouble in some of these areas. Either way, I think you probably would. You quite easily, for whatever reason, maybe some of the areas that you're from are similar to this, but you very naturally and deftly identify some of those areas and you can avoid them, even though I think you feel like you can probably do it anyway. There are some narrow areas that do present themselves. There finally comes a point along this sort of bridge where they actually did a very good job at breaking a huge amount of it up. Bibble says, "Aye, this is where we first started. We tried and this took us about a week, to do all of this. And we just couldn't get this last part down, because underneath this is a load-bearing plinth under there. So what we didn't realise is that there are other bits. So we went breaking in from the right, break, breaking in from the left, break, only to find out there's a bloody pillar underneath this one part. So we gave up and started doing all the bits back there, and we still couldn't do it. Yeah, we needed more people, I think. Okay, will one of you carry me over that?"
I've already started going.
All right, give me an acrobatics check.
An acrobatics check.
Yeah, this is balancing across a very narrow section of this bridge.
That I have already deemed is like safe-ish with my natural 20.
Yeah, this is purely a balancing act.
No advantage?
No.
15.
A 15, easy for you to do. You tiptoe across it, dancing at the other side of it. Some parts of it kind of crumble underfoot, but it's not in a very dangerous way. It's not so narrow that you aren't able to do this. Bibble is kind of holding on to you, Cirrus, and looking up at you. Can you carry me over there? I don't have balance. I can't do it.
How big is he?
He's about 4'5", something like that. He's not super small. He's not like he's a dwarf, essentially. You're looking at a dwarf.
Yeah.
But he's very
Okay.
light for a dwarf. Most dwarves are very stocky. He's quite light because he's sort of emaciated and thin.
Right. I'm gonna test. I'm just gonna like reach down and put my arm around his waist and then lift him up like football style,
Yeah.
you know, with my
Mhm.
one arm.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna see if I can balance myself because I'm gonna have to throw all of my weight onto my other side. But
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Give me an acrobatics check, please.
Goodness me. Acrobatics, huh? It's a great thing that I have such high dexterity.
10 is just about enough to make it. You wobble across this thing, holding Bibble underarm. He says, "Look at me, I'm flying. Look at that. Yeah, look at that. You're wobbling. You're wobbling too much. Just stay still." You make it across. Who wants to go next? There's no
I'm
way, by the
looking
way,
very
there's
easily.
absolutely no way Jordan's making it through this.
Is this is it short enough that I could leap one side to the other?
No, not really. No, it's
Okay.
it's like a section of the bridge that sort of tapers into a long part, which is clearly like underneath it was a load-bearing set of like stone plinth that's holding this bridge up. I can't remember the word that I'm looking
What? What's the distance?
for. Let's say 50 feet.
50 feet. Okay. Yeah, I'll fly over. I cast fly on myself.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
Just gonna blow a spell slot.
I'd love to hear it. Yeah,
Can't,
thank you.
I can't balance.
A personal thank you from me.
Would I be able to use the help action to assist Jildan to get over by using my dancing lights, which for me manifest as spiders to light up the way so she can at least see where her feet are going on this jagged path?
Yeah, I mean it's not unlit. It's pretty well lit.
I'm mumbling to myself.
If I might.
Just remember how to do this. It's been a while. And you see a horrible sigh as my limbs start elongating and contorting as I become a giant spider.
Okay.
Okay.
That works.
Yeah.
Can we just talk about the now 3 episodes in a row? Leah just pulling out some god tier imagery to end the episode, just out of nowhere.
Absolutely horrific.
Imagine the sound of it. Oh god, everything cracking.
She still retains part of that turtle shell, like with the abdomen.
No, the
is.
head is still a turtle. So it's like a spider, but with like my head.
Oh my
Oh,
goodness.
dude, that's
Grinning.
so
I'm sorry, John.
all right. I'm giving you access to the stats of a giant spider for the next time you want to do it. But yeah, I mean, spiders have spider climb, so you can just walk along this. Yeah.
Indeed.
Yeah,
Could
she
you
just
do me
is
a favor and
horrendous.
remain that way for as long as possible?
I'm trying to
I
think,
say-
do I have an additional set of eyes above my turtle head that I could turn and look into all of your eyes with for the first time? Maintain gaze. And I flick
You know-
a leg disdainfully towards you.
Is that a yes?
Get lost.
I already am.
Okay. Yeah, horrific. As the giant spider legs follow you across the bridge here. All right. Sia.
Yes.
Another perception or investigation check, please.
One investigation check coming right. Oh, no, perception. That's the one. 13. Not so good.
Not so good at all. Please make me a dexterity saving throw.
Okay. 14.
A trap is activated underfoot. You step on a piece of stone, and a magical explosion of energy courses upwards. You're able to dodge entirely out of the way and suffer no damage from this. And Bibble says, "Oh, that's right. There are traps on this part. This is kind of the entrance. So I think whoever made this part of the bridge was paranoid. So there's lots of traps. It's certain stones you don't want to step on. If you look underfoot, you see the stone that's circle. Don't step on any circle, cobblestone, anything circular. Just avoid it for now. All right."
All right. In my mind, the entire cobbled area is all circular stones of different kinds of shapes. Some too, yeah.
Yeah, he definitely doesn't know the difference between shapes.
Not a chance all 8 of my legs are going to avoid a trap.
Bibble looks up to you, Cirrus, and says, "Circles are the one with the 3 sides, right?"
Triangle. That's what a triangle is.
Triangle! Just as Seer's foot is about to get there. Triangle! It's a triangle you don't want to step on.
Right, okay.
Pooh, that could have been bad.
You think?
Yeah. Also, there's a
I
magical
suppose-
fog up ahead.
A magical fog.
Aye, makes it harder to spot the triangles.
You mentioned drow before earlier, didn't you?
Aye.
They're not here anymore, are they?
Oh no, they're way, way back that way. The drow entrance.
Right, okay.
Aye. They're past the river. The river goes. Then there's a real one, the water. And then you go past that, and then you go down. They're down deep. Yeah. The drow. And then they live on a big spider. Did you know that? He says to Spider Jildan.
Fascinating.
I don't know how that works. Like, are they living in its teeth? Are they living in its webs and under its legs? Do you live on a spider?
Don't get any ideas.
Well, I mean, if you want to let me ride you for a bit.
Fix him with the frostiest glare.
My wee leggies are doing just fine. All right, let's carry on.
That's what I thought.
Up ahead, there is a thick magical fog that shrouds around this bridge, obscuring your vision. This will be a group check, a survival check, and there's 5 of you. And do you know what? I'm just going to include. You know what? No, Bibble's going to give you a +10 to this. You have to beat a 60.
We have 41 so far. 56. We passed it.
Okay. As you're passing through, you hear Bibble sort of mumbling to himself. I think you got to be careful in the fog, because the thing with the fog is it's not the traps. I mean, the traps are nasty. We've lost a lot of people to those traps, but it's the rats. They'll come flying out of nowhere, you know. He turns around. No one's near him. Oh, it's the rats. Keep an eye out for the rats.
I will attempt to again use dancing lights in a way in which I'll try and leave a spider wherever my foot has fallen, so people behind me know where to step.
Okay. All I would like you to do right now is roll me a d20, please, Myre.
All right. 4.
Or you hear this noise echoing up ahead.
Are you making that sound again?
No, that's not me. That's rats.
Alright, then I think we have rats.
Okay.
How far away did they sound?
Give me a perception check.
Alright, perception check coming right up again. A 10.
It's strange because the sound is echoing upwards. So it's hard to determine whether they're almost like directly below you or up ahead or behind you. I don't think you can quite tell because it's just the acoustics of this place are bizarre. Bibble says, right, I think the best thing for you to do is we don't want to be making a lot of noise, alright? So you're quite soft of foot. Creep ahead, and if you can see them, let us know where they are, and we'll sneak by.
Oh, me, the one that's ahead already. Okay.
Deft of foot.
I proceed.
Alright. Give me a stealth check and a perception check. As he walks away, Bibble ushers the other three in and says, he's going to die. There's no choice at this point. We're surrounded.
What?
I rolled a
As soon
22
as
for
you
stealth
hear
and a
his
14 perception.
screams begin,
No.
you'll know he's
No.
being eaten by them, and we make a break for it and run. We just gotta get a little ways ahead and we'll be out of here, alright? You'll hear it soon enough.
No. How long has it been? Okay. Are we on the other side? Like, we're safe now?
Of?
The potentially falling. We
You're
have
on
a
the other
flat
side
surface?
the
Okay.
broken bits. It's
Um,
still a broken, messed up bridge here compared
Okay.
to what you've seen
Yeah, yeah.
so far.
Okay. How long has it been since we used the protection bowl? The bowl of long resting?
Probably about 10 hours now, to be honest. I think it's probably been about 2 hours since you left, and it was about 8 hours, right? So, well, maybe 11, because we had another hour in between there. So the bowl is good to use again, if that's what you're asking. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Okay, I'm gonna pull out the bowl, and I'm gonna say, everyone get under the bowl.
Oh, great idea. They'll feast on him. They'll be all full up, and we can just
No,
sneak on out.
Seer.
They'll be laying on their backs. Full.
Seer! I'm like whispering Seer's name.
I already rolled for stealth and moved ahead,
Yeah.
making the perception roll 14, the 22 for stealth.
You are very stealthily moving ahead of the rest of the group. Behind you, you can hear them kind of whispering between themselves. If you look back, you see Bibble going like this, thumbs up. And ahead of you, you see a giant rat tail moving into a couple of crates, very old, discarded wooden crates, almost as if this thing is like sheltering inside these crates.
Just the one.
Mm-hmm.
I turn back if they can see me. And I have one finger up.
Oh, he's found one.
I gesture for you to come back.
Bibble makes a gesture of like a stabbing motion. Kill it. Go on, kill it quick.
Take your pick who you're gonna listen to. Your fellow Quura member or Bibble, the guy who was dead 5 minutes.
Insane.
Can I? How long since we've crossed over the broken bit of the bridge?
Like an hour ago.
That was an hour ago. Okay, then I am not flying anymore. I'm on the ground.
Okay, see her.
Kill it quick.
You had to roll for it, buddy?
Wisdom saving throw.
Under the
Decide
effects
whether
of a
to listen
spell.
to Bibble or not.
I have no fears. I was rolling to see if it was wise for me to go or not, so I know it's not wise to proceed. But I swing at it anyway.
Bibble says, "Ah, boy! Right, there's never just one, okay? Stay still. Stay as still as you can. He will draw them." Yes. Too late.
Hold on.
It's too late. Sia, how do you attack this rat?
Well, you see, I am going to sneak up to it, wherever it is.
See it
How
kind
big
of
is...
slumbering. It is large. It is a rat that's the size of a horse.
I see. Well, that's quite big, considering, again, I'm not the biggest person. I'm going to take my Godwood staff, raise it in the air slowly, quietly, with two arms behind my head, curve my back, there's a bit of a click on my spine, and then thwack on its head as hard as possible and as fast as possible.
Yeah.
For an 11.
Yeah, you thwack this thing.
You said it was sleeping, right? Or slumbering?
It is slumbering. You have advantage on the attack. Another 11.
Yep.
I think you smack this thing, and you hit it, but you realize that this thing is huge. You know, you'll bring this quarterstaff down on like a fleshy part of its flank, and it kind of raises up in front of you. And immediately as it moves, you hear the wood of the crate breaking around it. Everybody else, you hear the scurrying of other rats. Two coming from behind you, scurrying upwards. One coming from your left, scurrying upwards from underneath the bridge. Bibble is saying, "Everyone, dead still. Actually drop to the ground." And he drops prone and just stays completely still. And we'll see how that combat works out for you next week. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Tune in next time to find out how this combat concludes and how this area concludes as you begin to move out of the Bloodvein Pass and out of the mountain range. A quick announcement. I just wanted to throw this out there. If you wanted to watch Wax Steven learn how to do Blender so that he can do something for an upcoming show, even I don't know what it is. Wax been doing a little Blender learning fun casual stream on Wednesdays here on Tablestory. If you want to watch that, that's tomorrow.
Does he have a ninja blender?
Does he have a ninja blender? Oh, a ninja blender, right. All right, and with that, that's the end of the stream. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching. We appreciate you. We're off to go and film a green room. Another quick announcement, I guess, just for those of you that are curious. We do a post-show 10-minute chat every week. As soon as we end this, we jump into the green room and we have a quick chat about the episode. And all of those are up and available on our membership page. If you want to head over and join that, you can, and you have access to all of the previous ones as well as the one we're about to record probably in about half an hour from now. That is merch.tablestory.tv and all sorts of other good stuff over there. So I don't always get to do announcements. So thank you very much, everyone, for watching. We'll see you next week. Bye.